We're here at Churchill Downs about 4 weeks before the Kentucky Derby with trainer Lonnie Briley, who has Cole Battle, the winner of the Rebel Stakes, most recently third in the Arkansas Derby. Lonnie just arrived yesterday with him. He just took his first spin over the track. Just how did he ship in?
He shipped in good. I mean, he's used to traveling, so it was a long trip. It was 12 hours, you know, a couple hours longer than they predicted because of the weather and the traffic. But he shipped in good, and I sent him to the track this morning. He galloped good. He needed it. He felt good, you know. So.
How often have you raced here at Churchill Downs before? Is this going to be your first starter here?
One time, probably about 5-6 years ago, I ran a colt in the juvenile, and that was my very first time, and I was lost worse than I am now. But yes, it's a little different, you know, a lot of activity, a lot of grandstands.
Yeah.
But it's exciting. We'll see what happens.
Oh, you want to go the other side? Okay.
See him walk out there this morning with the twin spires behind him. Is there a feeling that kind of comes up inside of you as you're looking at that?
Well, he swells up when he gets to the track, you know. He's a neat little horse in the barn. When he gets on the track, he's like he swells up and he's, I'm ready, you know. And neat little horse, a little unique, you know. But he trains very well. He's very smart. He takes care of himself, you know. So, and then when you get up on the trainer stand and you look at the track and all the stuff on the infield and everything, you know, it's kind of like blows your mind, you know. It's a racetrack, but it's a little different than the rest I've been to.
looked full of energy out there on the track today. Is he always like that? Is that just, getting off the van first morning out there kind of thing?
That's just him. Yeah, he'll go out there and he'll stand for a few minutes. When he's ready to train, he'll take that first step and then he'll go on about his business.
Yeah, no, he's nice to gallop. Yeah, he's right on your feet and not touch on people. Yeah, no, he's really nice to gallop. I love him. I mean, this morning he's in a new place, so things are different. Like the first time around, you can see that, but the second time around, no, he just has, he's not like that. You just gotta see something once. Like what he was saying. Yeah, no, he's not really spooky. Like he'll take his head up and look or something, but he's so smart. There's nothing really crazy. His eye is so calm and relaxed. Yeah, no, he's happy, but he's intelligent. Look right here, just look. There you go.
Well, just kind of take me through what are the next couple weeks going to look like for him. I know you said you did some things different with him ahead of the Arkansas Derby. What is the game plan kind of going forward into the first Saturday in May?
Well, he'll train and work, and in fact, tomorrow he'll probably have his first work here.
Okay.
And then we'll just see how it goes from there, Every day of training is kind of like every race. It's, one day at a time.
And I'm here with Bethany Taylor, the assistant trainer for Lonnie Briley, who has coal battle in the Kentucky Derby this year. Bethany, you've had a couple times to ride him out on the track now. You just breezed him yesterday. Just how's he feeling coming into Churchill Downs?
He's surprisingly fresh. But he had the long trailer ride with the weather and stuff. It took a little longer than we anticipated it. And then we took him out the very next day when normally he probably would have had a day off. And then the very next day after that, he went ahead and worked the half mile. And he was surprisingly fresh.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people on the racetrack, I was raised on the backside pretty much. I've been in it my whole life. With Lonnie, I've been with Lonnie off and on for about 15 years.
Okay.
Whether it's riding races for him or breezing, galloping, I've known him and worked with him for about 15 years. But this go around where I've actually played a bigger role in the barn has been probably about 3 or 4 years now.
Okay. Now, did you get to ride him much as a 2-year-old? Were you constantly on him then?
Yeah, actually, I got on him the first day he came from the training center being broke. Yeah, so I mean, I've been with him since, we've had him since a yearling, but the first day he came to the racetrack was the first time I sat on him.
So he's probably changed a lot since then, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's always been the same guy, kind of standing and watching. Always been classy. He's always been intelligent, but there's been changes.
Yeah.
He's changed. Yeah. He's cheesing. Are you cheesy? Okay, come on.
That's him coming around the turn. Was that fun? Yeah. I know.
How'd he do out there?
Oh, he did really good. He was Very happy boy this morning. But he loves this cold weather too.
Probably doesn't get much of that down in Louisiana, does he?
Not in Louisiana. He's been lucky in the last few places we've been. It's been little chilly. It's so cold. I can feel my face.
Days like today where I'm glad I'm not an exercise rider.
Right. Well, the problem is if I dress warm enough to not be cold, then I can't function. If I wear all the jackets and the,
Yeah.
you know, you feel like a. I was actually pretty happy about how happy he is because, you know, after shipping and everything, and then
Yeah.
everything yesterday, and he's a lot fresher than I anticipated him being.
Good sign, right?
Yes, no, it's definitely a good sign. Well, and he likes to clock horses too, so we had the, you know, the couple of sets in front of him. But he had those couple of sets breaking off right in front of him, and
Yeah.
you know. But he did it good. I mean, he handled
Oh,
everything.
yeah. Well, he looked like he was cruising on that.
He was. He just like. Did they give you us that guy? Will give you a tie. Did he give you us?
I didn't ask.
Gap is. He kind of took off. He kind of took off galloping back this way. You want me to get his black blanket to put on him?
Breezing and nothing. You know, not like he didn't do anything.
He looked like he was traveling pretty good out there. It looked like he was cruising on the turn there. That's got to give you a lot of confidence kind of coming into the race, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. He's never really been a super huge workhorse. You know, his 5/8s are always right around 102, which I think that's about what his gallop out was.
Yeah.
He's smart. He takes care of himself. He never throws a bullet. He's not that guy. So for him to go as easy as he did yesterday across the track and it still be 48-2, I was really happy about that.
Well, what's this journey been like for you? Kind of starting off down in Louisiana with him, now seeing kind of the big stages he's taken you guys to, whether it be, winning at Remington Park in the Springboard Mile, going on to Oaklawn after that, obviously now coming here to the Kentucky Derby. Just what that's journey been like for you?
It's been super exciting just watching him improve over time, watching the things that he's accomplished. It's a privilege. This is the kind of thing that everybody wants to be able to experience.
Yeah.
So it's a blessing.
Is there any part of the Derby experience, whether it be, just kind of enjoying it with friends and family, whether it be the walkover with the horse before the Derby, is there any part of it that you're looking forward to the most?
Well, to saddle him and see him run, and hopefully he gets a fair trip and he gets to run his race. There's so many horses in there, and like roller coasters, and you always hope your horse gets his trip, and so that's what I'm hoping. He can make his little run. He's got a quick turn of foot, and he rates good. So we hoping he can run his race.
My main goal is to just kind of soak it all up.
Yeah.
Just enjoy it. Just live the experience and let it, take it for what it's worth, because, I might get to come to the Derby again next year, or I may never come to the Derby again. So, I want to soak it all up and, experience the Derby.
What's it like being able to see him now kind of have this big horse and seeing all the publicity that he's getting? What's that like for you, kind of watching him?
It's fun. It's nice to see somebody that puts so much time and effort and hard work into their career and it finally paying off. Everybody, when you work hard, you keep working, waiting for the day that it all starts to pay off, and that's what seems to be happening right now.